Everybody, welcome back to another episode of George Reviews. I am the 80s Transformer fan, and I know I've been coming at you with a lot of Master of the Universe, but I keep finding these guys. I'm finding the ones that I like, and I want to get these guys out. I got Unicron coming in the mail soon, so I know it's going to be a big review to get to that. So all my Transformer people, the Transformers are coming. Unicron coming soon. I got the notification that it's on its way. But before that, I want to get to some of these Master of the Universe origin figures, and this is one I have been looking forward to. In the vintage toy line, I had most of the vintage figures, but I never bought Ram Man. A friend of mine had it, and I thought it was kind of crap. After you made the spring-loaded leg Ram gimmick a couple times, it wasn't much to play with. So I thought the vintage Ram Man was crap. Fell in love with the classics Ram Man, and I've always liked the character, even though he was portrayed as not too bright in a vintage cartoon. But I always liked the whole Ram Man thing, and they've actually done a lot of great things to this figure that I really hope I'm going to love. Now, this is a deluxe figure set from Master of the Universe Origins. This is Ram Man, Heroic Human Battering Ram. On the package it says spring-loaded, body that blasts back, retro posing, modern posing retro play, Mattel, new for 2021. On the back of the box, there is some great artwork. They have great artwork on all these packages, but most of my packages, all of my packages wind up in the garbage. They need to make a collage or poster with all this artwork for us fans to maybe stick on the wall in our collection room. But here's the artwork where Ram Man is actually bashing and breaking the Roton. There is Faker. It has a blurb that says includes Comet. And it shows you that he retains the action feature. This is the first one of the, well, no, I guess the battle armor was the first action feature classic guide that I have that actually had the vintage feature in it. And this guy is actually, I guess, spring loaded, and you can push him down. It comes with multiple weapons. This is everybody you can get in the set, and I actually have all of these figures now. So I am going to get to Ram Man. I think that's all I need to cover on the package. And of course, you can see him within the package and all of his weaponry. He has extra fist, extra axe that he didn't come with in the vintage line, and an extra head, which is very cool. So let's get Ram Man open. Again, it's a shame to have to discard the packaging in that artwork. That's very cool. Here is Ram Man. He has a tie down, should have known. One tie down on Remy. Extra fist. Axe, and one extra head, which is very cool. Here is the comic book, Battle Armor Reborn. This came with, I think this comes with all the deluxe figures so far. And I kind of thumbed through these and some of my other reviews. And here's that little sheet hidden in there. Yeah, I actually went over this one already in Battle Armor Skeletor and He-Man review. So here's that. Here's little instructions that I always bypass that shows you exactly where he detaches at. So this figure is only detachable at the head, the upper arms, and the wrists. But I guess assuming because of the action feature inside. And here is Ram Man. He's done in, like, I don't know if that's paint. I don't think that's paint. It's a shiny, shimmery, soft metal plastic. I don't think that's rubber. I think it's just a super soft plastic. And he looks pretty good. Here's his face. I don't think there's going to be much articulation because of the armor. But yeah, he can look. He can turn. He can turn. And actually, it moves up a little bit. And that's about it. Just some left or right. And again, the armor is soft on the shoulder, so you can get the arm up. And you probably can get it up over his head. Yep. So while I'm doing that, let's continue the articulation. Arm rotate 360 on that joint. It is removable. And he bends at the elbow. Bends at the elbow right here. Hand 360, and that is detachable. Oops. Okay, we brought the whole thing out. It's detachable at the shoulder, and it's detachable right here. And might as well switch that closed fist out for this fist right now, because we're going to hold some weapons in just a second. He has two weapons, and he can dual wield. If I could just get that thing in there. All right, we got it in there. See if we can get it back in his shoulder. That's the shoulder joint right there underneath the armor. And that is back in there. And there's nothing at the waist. And coming to his leg, he has a knee bend right here. And this one is very, very, very stiff. I can't bend it. Oh, there we go. It actually snapped loose. But that's what we're getting out of that. And they actually swivel at that same cut. But that's about it. Nothing up here in the upper thigh. And here is Rami. Oops, this arm came out a little bit easy. I wasn't even pulling on it. It just came out. Let's turn Rami around, see the back of his arm. There's no place to sheathe his weaponry, which kind of sucks. Wish they gave us that right there on the belt. It says 2020 Mattel 1186 MJ1NL, whatever all that stuff is. His gauntlets are painted on. It's not a separate piece. Belt buckle has the skull on it. It's painted on. It's not done that well. It's just a frontal paint, which kind of sucks a little bit. And this part, the tunic, is very, very hard. This is hard plastic. So let's see if we can check out the action feature. I don't know if I'm doing that right. We just push it down and let it pop back. I guess that's how it works, huh? And then you hit it again. He pops up, which is kind of cool. I hated the vintage Ram Man because he was all action feature. This one has a little bit or a lot of articulation actually compared to the vintage one, which is kind of cool. So, and I want to take a look at the boots. He has like these pockets or whatever, or designs on the boots, bottom of the boots, and the back of Ram Man. So let's start checking out his stuff. Now, I believe the vintage one came with an axe like this. I know the classic versions comes with an axe like this, and he has the two open hands. So let's get the axe in his hand so he can do his work, which is cool. And now he can actually dual wield two axes. He has this axe, and it actually differs from He-Man's axe, battle armor. I'll bring that out in a second. So this is his own unique axe. I actually like this one a little bit better than this one. And he's like that character, like out of myth, or just some type of old time storyline with this armor and the axes or whatever. You know, he's like a gruff guy. I hated they portrayed him in the original cartoon as pretty much an idiot, but he's like that classic guy, almost like a dwarf from Middle Earth or something, wearing this armor. So let's change out his head. Boom, comes off easy enough. It's a close look at his face. He has the Spock eyebrows going up. And here is the alternate face. It's a shielded mouth plate, Optimus Prime type looking face in there, which is really cool. And we can get that on there. And this actually looks pretty awesome. Was not expecting to get this in this line, but it's pretty awesome. Even has a dent in it. So Ram Man has suffered some damage while he's ramming. Cool. I need to get him to ram something else. I wonder if you can squeeze his legs together. How else can you make it activate? I mean, they put that twist in a powerful battle position. So that I guess I was doing it right. You push it down and push it again, and that's what you get out, which is kind of cool because most of the time when these toy lines move on to the future, they or to the present day, they just leave out all the things that made the toys so charming, such as action figures from back in the day. So that is very, very cool. I love the helmeted head. I don't know which one I like most. Man, this they actually did enough to make me. Oh, both the heads are dented. So they're the same. I didn't even pay attention to that. So now I know. But it's cool enough to make me want to display it both ways. And I think the axes come together. And you can do that so he can be even more badass with it, dual wielding, like Darth Maul, Darth Ram, which is pretty cool. I think that is sweet for this figure. They really did a lot. I think this is like the best figure so far. No, wait, I love Trapjaw. I'm gonna go with Trapjaw, but this is very cool. I love what they did here. So you can get multiple looks going on, dual wielding weapons. It has interchangeable hands, and the wrist swivel. I left that out. The wrist swivel. His hands are so like fat and stubby that you don't get a lot out of it, but the wrist actually swivel. And I don't know if I swivel the elbow, but that swivels as well. So that is very, very cool. So I'm gonna bring out some of his mates to the review that I have on standby. All right, here he is next to some more Master Universe Origin figures to kick off my size up and rundown. These are my heroic warriors so far, and I said I was not going to collect these guys, but rabbit hole, here I am. Here he is next to my Master of the Universe Classics Ram Man. Oh, is he an Ultimate? I think this is an Ultimate done by Super 7. It's a remake of the Origins body done in the colors from the vintage artwork, the concept artwork or something like that. And here he is next to another property, Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Juggernaut, because they're both armored type warrior berserker guys. Well, you get what I'm doing here. Now, because of Ram Man's cool action feature, he's never going to be able to ride Battle Cat. He's probably never going to be able to sit in a vehicle, whatever vehicle they come out with, unless we get a second version of this guy, which that's the only thing that sucks. Love the feature, but he's not going for a ride of any kind unless they make a vehicle especially for him. Maybe get him in there like that or something. Was it like Stridor or something? All right, everybody, to wrap it up, this is one of the most fun figures I've gotten in this line so far. I really dig it. I wish they could have gave us a completely unhelmeted head. Switch back to this head. I love the fact we get an extra hand in case you just want to knock some walls down or punch the hell out of Skeletor. And I don't like the fact that arm comes off easier than the hand itself. That back in there comes off pretty easily, but goes back in securely, I guess, well enough. But I was looking forward to this figure. Like I said, the vintage Ram Man. And the fact that they made him articulated and still kept the gimmick in there is very cool. Cool accessories, interchangeable head. Next to Trapjaw, just because I love Trapjaw. Trapjaw comes with a lot of stuff. But this is my second favorite figure, despite paint flaws and all, from the Origins line. And if you can find him, I suggest you pick him up. He's been pretty scarce. Seen him in the store one time, grabbed him the one time, and I added him to my collection. Brought him to you in the review. That's my Transformer story for this figure. I'm sticking to it. Thank you for watching another episode of George Reviews, the reviews where every toy has a story.